Summer drawing to a close here in the Southeast. The roof is closed at the wondrous Mercedes-Benz Stadium due to the hot temps still outside here in downtown Atlanta. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercise before this one, and they're paying off.
Eluding the pressure right. He finds Latavius Murray. Past the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Latavius Murray with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Saints have taken the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Matt Ryan, the longtime Falcon, a veteran who's been in the league since 2008, ready to guide this Atlanta offense.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched the ball last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now they'll throw it with Ryan. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 31-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
1st and 10.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 31. Ryan's pass taken in by Ridley. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Ridley.
With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in 3rd in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be 1st because all you want to do is get the ball.
And Gurley follows the football. It's loose. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. They're already trailing here in this first quarter. Last thing they needed was to cough the football. Well, they coughed it up, but luckily for them, it went out of bounds.
Yeah, still a long way to go, but when you're losing, every possession takes on a little bit more importance, doesn't it? And in that case, they almost made this game a lot more difficult for themselves by turning it over. Fortunate there.
That'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another first down on the pickup of 5 yards. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Gurley. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
The stop by Marcus Davenport. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Saints' 15-yard line.
On 2nd and 7. Ryan. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line.
That's good.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback, or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing, so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game.
Smith is the lone man in the backfield here as they get ready for 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Ito Smith, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up. Meaning, when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Solid return. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Out comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it. And you can see, as many of you already know, they have clinched the NFC South. But as it stands, Charles, they would still need to host a game on Wild Card Weekend.
And that's a good thing for them, because coming out of your division, getting to the playoffs with an opportunity to host to start the playoffs, that's a pretty good way to get things going. Whoever came out of this division, we knew that they were going to be playoff ready, and this team certainly is.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's going to drop this one down for Murray. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
At the 46-yard line.
This is Murray. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. These two teams all tied after 1.
7-7.
Down, he'll drop to throw. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
38-yard line.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
He'll buy some time right. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 17 there and a New Orleans first down. On first down, Murray. And he he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Taken down at the 19-yard line.
2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? Out to his left. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Murray. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
The 3rd down battle won by Atlanta's defense. Solid coverage. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead.
10, Falcons 7.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, part of that. Are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find one to get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Their own 25-yard.
So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense as the season winds down and you look at them in totality. You know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason maybe more on the offensive side.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change at quarterback, running back, tight end. It doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
2 brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there and a 1st down for the Falcons. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3 and out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation, pick up the 1st down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
Todd Gurley.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Johnson on the tackle. 4 yards on the pickup.
Off the play fake. Here's Ryan.
47-yard line.
Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll roll him out right. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd down from the 8. They can get a 1st down by reaching the 5. Going with a screen for Murray. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got it 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game.
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Latavius Murray with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Saints add on to their lead.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Falcons offense making their way onto the field. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And it's right about this time of the year that you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
It certainly is, because we all know everyone is aiming for that #1 seed. But failing that, because only 2 teams in the NFL get a bye, 1 from each conference, that question becomes who's hot? Who's peaking at the right time as you start the playoffs?
And that's caught inside the 35. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. And between the last 2 plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
15-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
2nd and 10 now. Ryan. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. He will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Saints will have the football back.
Well, I like the chutzpah there, right? They decided to go ahead and fake it and try and pick up a 1st down. But how about how they executed defensively and smothered that one? I know back from my time frame, everyone has responsibilities, even rushing on a field goal attempt. You've got the tight end, you've got the wing back, you might have the guy out of the backfield. Well, they executed that well. Really stuck to what they needed to do.
It wasn't just 11 guys trying to block it. They were ready. They got it done. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, #2, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. It's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Intended for Deontay Harris. Incomplete.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
5 yards to go.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Open man is Michael Thomas. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. Flush to his right. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. No, I'm not mad at you for skipping halftime, but can I just have a sip of water real quick? Please, thank you. All right, let's go. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick.
Recovered by the kicking team.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Complete.
It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They'll set up a throw. Steps away to his left. He's going to take off, and he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. It's their quarterback. His 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the 2nd half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. They seem like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes. And while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
And here now come the Falcons. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
We'll see what they have up their sleeve. On 2nd down, here's Ryan. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
The kicker here, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Traquan Smith, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is Lamar Miller. The 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Lamar Miller, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Todd Gurley and the offense, they get set and trot back out there now. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. This pass into the hands of the running back, Todd Gurley. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Ryan. Pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the third quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the run.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent. Just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader. Making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this third and fourth quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
They go with Murray again. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up first and 10. A run, it's Murray. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
This is unbelievable.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. After the penalty, it's Miller. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Miller, the ball carrier.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Gain of 2 yards. And it's third down.
The Saints on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
you were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Here's Murray. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
And the ball carrier.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
That was 2nd down run for Murray. And pretty good running as he'll be close to a 1st down at the Falcons' 22. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
2-yard line. A gain of 7 and a Saints 1st down.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Lamar Miller with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And this offense is running away with this one. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That'll be taken about a yard deep. They ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Their own 23-yard line.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Partners, a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
And then open down the middle of the field. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain of 32 that time. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Incomplete.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Ryan. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
The Falcons on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing again, Ryan. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he will be marked down short of the 1st as they get to him at the 29. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, that they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. A slant to Jones. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one at the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
And the lead is down to 24. That time, a 9-play drive. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown.
14.
So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
A first down carry now for Miller. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for New Orleans, the final 2 weeks are going to tell the story for them as they move to 9-5 with the win. And they will head home next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, the season is really nosediving now as they fall to 2-12. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.